Alright everyone, welcome back to another Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes video with Fat Phil, and today we're going to be doing a roster review for a channel member who has been around for a long time, and he's also in Poland. So, Exonix, when he makes live streams, I try to prioritize his account because he isn't around for a lot of them because he's asleep. So, when he finds out, like, he'll stay up, which is crazy, like, it's stupid o'clock for him. So, he just recently inherited an account from someone, and it needs a lot of work. This person, to put it into words here, he asked for a basic path to follow, Zeta priority, some Kyra tech so I can apply them. Owner bought episode pass so I have all the rewards from it. It's basically Lightspeed bundle only account that has trash mods because it bought the hyperdrive and then Lightspeed bundles. And you guys will see what we're talking about here. Like, he's not exaggerating. So we're going to give him that, kind of framework here. And hopefully you guys can learn a few things from how I would look at an account like this as a roster review and compare it to what I do when I'm looking on a live stream. Because on a live stream, most of you do not come with accounts like this that need like obscene amounts of work and have just bought everything and you have nothing, like no base to actually support it. So let's get in here. Let's thank our channel members again for their continued support. If you're ever interested, that link is down below along with a link to Discord. Please go check it out. Thank you guys again for everything you've done for me, continuing to keep the faith. Again, guys, whether you are on the council, a Jedi Master, or Wampa tier, know you are loved by the Fat Phil family. If you are a channel member and would like to see a video like this for your account, I don't want to say it's never going to happen, right? Because obviously there's a lot of you and that would get very boring. But if there's certain situations that maybe we can talk about, like this was one that he and I were kind of discussing, and I asked if I could make a video because it's not your run-of-the-mill account. So with that out of the way, let's go ahead here, get our intro going, and then we're going to be looking at this account. Alright, so let's pop it open here. Oops, that's mods. That's not what we're looking at. Alright, allies. So, here we go. So it is Scarlet Saber here. So it is a 4.23 million account. So let's just scroll down a little bit. So it's got the Jaba bundle. Looks like it had that General Skywalker bundle. We've got the Afra, the Imperial Trooper one, Phoenix, Dash Rendar, Wampa, so the Hoth one, Tuskens. Jeez, this did buy a lot of them. Holy crap. Separatists, Night Sisters. Keep scrolling down. Jawas. Alright. So we was not exaggerating when he said a lot of bundles. It also looks like the First Order bundle was purchased. Let's see the First Order there. Okay, so some of the First Order was purchased. I wonder if that's the finalizer bundle. Going into ships here. So, yeah, so Negotiator, right? So that was the General Skywalker bundle. Okay, we've got Imperial TIE Bomber there, but, like, Rebel Y-Wing is done. Let's see what else we've got there. Is the Galactic Republic Y-Wing in here or not? I don't think so. I don't see it. Okay, so we've got Umbaran. So you've got Houndstooth. Let's go to your Bounty Hunter ships. So no Razor Crest. IG 2000, still a long way to go. And then Punishing One in the works. Okay. Alright, so let's just start basic framework here, what I think you're gonna need. You talk about, you need the Zetas, you need mods, you need a lot of stuff here. And I can see that when I look at, like, your speed. You've got decent mods here on Moff Gideon. But as we get down to, like, 3PO and Chewie, we're already missing mods. So, obviously, not in an ideal setting at the moment. That's okay, right? We'll get there. So, here's what I would start with first. Is I would think the best course of action is to go ahead, get bounty hunters up and running for the Executor. I know there's a lot of other things that we could be doing here, but I think Executor is the best thing to do. It's going to give you those fleet crystals. It's going to give you a backbone. And it's going to increase the amount of crystals you're getting out of Fleet Arena. So if we go back to this account, I went out a little bit too far because it does have Negotiator which is nice, right? Looks like you're doing pretty well in Fleet Arena as it is, but I would begin to think about building towards that Executor so that by the time other players are getting there, you're already ahead of the curve, right? And with you having a larger account and some of that experience, hopefully not everyone in your shard is like that, so you can kind of take advantage of some of their, we'll say, green. You know, I don't want to call it ignorance, but maybe they just aren't quite as, they're inexperienced. You can take advantage of that. So I think Executor is still the first thing to do here for an account like this. Just doesn't require a lot of Zetas. You're going to get some really good characters along the way, like the relic upgrades you're going to do. You'll get Darth Vader, you'll get Piet, TIE Pilot, right? That'll happen. And then you think for your bounty hunters, you have most of them done already, right? So you would need to get Beskar Armor Mando, which I don't think would be that challenging for you. Just looking at your stuff here, like getting IG-11, Queel, Cardoon, like I don't think that's a big issue, especially with the amount of time you have before you'd be unlocking that ship. Like it's not going to be this massive time crunch to get Beskar Armor Mando. So I think that could be a really good first step for you, is just kind of start thinking about that Executor. Now, this is where things begin to get interesting, is you have a couple different options to go for here. Jaba is obviously the creme de la creme, right? Like, I think Jaba kind of almost, like, you're like, oh yeah, that's going to make the most sense for you. But the big problem with Jaba is you need Jedi Knight Luke, right? You don't have Jedi Knight Luke yet, so you need to do that. Which, Jedi Knight Luke is a, you know, Relic 7 requirement for Jaba, and then you would need Han Solo at Relic 8. Otherwise, just some various Relic level increases for some of those bounty hunters. But I think otherwise you have almost every other Jaba rec. Like if I just went through here. Let's go down. Ooh, do you have the Outrider? That's the... Did we have Outrider there? Let's go back. Let's make sure. If you don't have the Outrider, then this changes significantly. But let's check. Go here. No, okay, you have Outrider. So yeah, I would honestly think after Executor, I would get Jedi Knight Luke. And then you have that decision to make of JML or Jaba. I don't think either one is a terrible decision. You can easily get JTR with what you have. So I don't think you'll have major issues there. So really good opportunity for you to decide whether you want Jaba or JML first. I think you'll probably pick Jaba because that's what I would do. But I think then JML kind of enters that question, you know, enters into that equation almost immediately. Now, Zeta-wise, I would be a little bit careful here. You're going to need to pick and choose your Zetas. You know, one that I always consider is that Merciless Massacre on Lord Vader. I think Merciless Massacre is one of the most important Zetas in the game. Just really takes Vader to an extremely high level. Because without mods right now, you're kind of... He's not that great. So I would get some good mods on him. But for a little bit here, I would tell you the smartest decision to make is to save some of those Zetas. Because you do have two characters down here that caught my eye. You've got Master Qui-Gon, you've got Padawan Obi-Wan. Each of them have a Zeta. Each of them are extremely important for the new combat, well, I mean, combats, but the assault battle that they have. The sooner you can get those rewards, obviously, the better. I mean, having them at 7-star is great. But if you wanted to invest some Zetas there and a bunch of gear, I don't see the harm. But I think that's a much tougher pill to swallow for this account because you're not going to have the resources to quite do that. But yeah, man, I don't know that I have this, like, I think your biggest struggle is just going to be balancing your intake of mods. Like, looking at some of these characters where you were missing a mod on them, right? Like, Hondo has no mods. Moff Gideon's got a full set there. BT1, like, some of these characters I can see where you're like, yeah, I don't have mods on them, and others, like, we need to be getting there. So, I would be trying to take advantage of every opportunity you have to buy credits, so that way you can continue to upgrade mods. Mods make so much of a difference in this game, not only for pilots, but just in general gameplay. So I think with an account this small and with this much in need of other things, if you can focus on getting mods in obscene quantities, do that. But yeah, I think I do believe your basic path to follow needs to be Executor and then like a Jaba Jedi Master Luke type situation. You said that you do have some Kyrotech to equip. I would probably put that towards your Executor team if I was you. Just to kind of get it over with. You know, just kind of get it out of the way. And then I would heavily ramp up the farming for the Beskar Armor Mando requirements. So that way, when the time comes, you're not just waiting around to get that event done through all the other farming. And obviously make sure we're farming Razor Crest if you're not doing that already. Make sure we're farming the Razor Crest so that we can, you know, have that ready for your fleet. The final thing I want to leave you with here. This account will be a lot of work. And I just need you to be prepared for it. You know, you need to understand just the amount of work that goes into accounts like this. Like, you will have to spend more time in this account than you will your main account to catch it up. Because, yes, it has all these great things, but if you're not completing dailies and doing other stuff, you know, I don't know that it's worth it. And I will say this, if you're feeling burnout, if you're ever feeling like, oh man, I don't know if I can keep playing this game, drop the account you don't care about and keep the one you do, and that can help kind of, you know, help you find that passion again for this game. So I at least wanted to get this video out there for you, Exonics. Hopefully that helps give you, you know, answer kind of some of your questions. You know, I think maybe with Kyrotech, what I would say is, don't go crazy. You know, spend it on the characters you're going to be using a lot, like in the next month, 2 months, and then just start saving it a little bit. And that way, when something comes out that you do really want or you're in a position to get, you've got the Kyrotech available. So that's the end of the video, guys. Let me know your thoughts down below. Please like, subscribe, comment. I love you all. May the Force be with you, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers, my friends.